Hello guys, this is Glenn from Sydney CBD Repair Centre, and today we have a Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold with a broken main display. As you can see here, it's not good. Let's go fix it. So we have right here is a Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The outer display is in good condition, no damage. But as you open the device, you can see that the folding mechanism is broken, and it broke with it the main display. And we had the same model that we fixed here last time, but it was only the outer display that's broken. This one is more complicated, and I think this is the most complicated repair that David has undertaken. But we'll see how a pro approaches this issue and how they fix it. And it might be a longer video than usual because we'll have to take apart the smartphone. So first thing, we'll remove the back cover. Back cover is also not damaged, so this smartphone has not been dropped. It's just that the folding mechanism caused the main display to get damaged. So we'll remove that. There's a connector, a single connector to the board inside, and this is our replacement display. We'll cut this open and unwrap it. As you can see here, it's just the replacement display is really complicated on its own. When you unfold it, it's very thin, and you can see lots of attachments, connectors already ready to accept the components that we are going to put inside this. And there's lots of adhesives that we have to remove. So the housing and the display is one assembly, so it's gonna be pricey. But instead of throwing this into the tip, we are going to rescue it. Just replace the housing and the display. And this outer display is not damaged, so we'll have to be very careful not to damage this part. So it's just like a typical smartphone display. You have to soften the adhesive on the side, pry it bit by bit. And when you have leverage, safe leverage, you can pry it open and remove the display. Right there. Spray some IPA to soften adhesive. And so far, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is quite a challenge, especially if you're gonna DIY this. We don't recommend that you DIY this. We have already removed small components for the connectors. So if you have no experience opening and assembling electronics, this is not for you. This is a hard no, and you have to seek professional help like what the client did here with David. So we are going to focus our attention on this area where the main camera is. So this is where the main board is located. So you have the main board up top, and you have a tiny battery underneath it. And the lower portion is not really underneath it. Lots of screws, lots of brackets. You can see there. You have to be very careful what you remove, and you have to remember everything. As you set it aside, you can see here David is laying it out in a pattern where he can remember it. See there, put it there up top. Also that one. This is also the first time that I've seen a Pixel 9 Pro Fold disassembled. So you have a smaller battery here because the main battery is on the other side. So we'll have to detach everything. David is already preparing the replacement display, so we'll have to take out everything: the main board, the battery, and the daughter board at the bottom. Another bracket lots of tiny plates. This is the board. You can see that there's a narrow part of the board. You don't want to damage this. Yeah, also have some thermal paste left on the housing. So David is just gonna put this right in. And the battery is held on by adhesive. As you can see here, as you remove it, if you're familiar with smartphone batteries, this is very thin, like half as thin as your typical smartphone battery. We've opened lots of Samsung devices and they have thick, dense batteries. This one is really thin. Like you have a chewing gum, a packet of chewing gum inside your smartphone. It's thinner. So David, as he gets the chance, he's transplanting everything. So at this point, maybe if I do this on my own, I'd be crying because there's lots of things to remember. And if that's why we don't recommend DIYing this repair. You can see here, the thermal paste is still intact, so we're gonna reuse that. So this is just half of the smartphone that we have to fix. So right now we're on the way to completing half of the repair. So we have the main board. The other half is still on the way. We still have to perform more repairs. So this is gonna be ×2 of the repair time that we typically do here in the shop. So if you have a Pixel 9 Pro Fold, yeah, consider getting warranty from Google if they offer that. But the client doesn't have those like Apple Care for Google Pixel smartphones. So they seek out professional help and that's what they get. David here is doing this very nicely. No complaints, no issues whatsoever. All the components, all the screws, brackets, plates are well accounted for. So they're going in. No screws left behind. And the first half is now almost done. Just the brackets. I don't think we can test the display at this stage because you had to put all the components on the other side as well. We're gonna torque all the screws, make sure they're tight. And the part 2, this is mostly battery. Yeah, you can see the bulk of the battery on this area. And this area you can also see another camera. You can see there, I think that's a camera. Lots of connectors. You have to remove them. Okay, more brackets. You have to lay them out on the area where we got it. So we'll prep the replacement screen right now. We have lots of adhesive. We have to remove them. There we go. We'll remove the main battery. Main battery is wide, but also very thin. You see there, it's quite interesting. Very amazing how the engineers can manage to create a battery this thin. Like, it's amazing. And as you pull it out, you have to be very careful because it can literally bend easily. So we'll just massage it. This is also a point of concern if you're gonna DIY this repair. If you have a battery, you don't want to puncture it, bend it too much, or else it will catastrophically explode on you. So if you don't know what you're doing, literally just hand it over to a professional like David, and they will handle it and perform the transplant of the battery safely to the housing. So you can see here, it's already going into a new home. So the other side, not too complicated. It's really just the battery and some minor boards, but still lots of brackets and screws to secure them. So far the repair on this Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold is easier because it's using mostly screws, which is good because you can just unscrew them and screw them back in. And if they're gonna use adhesives on some boards, then it's gonna be a tricky one. The complexity on this repair is just the enormous amount of work that you have to do. So we have attached the front display, and then we'll try to turn it on, and let's see if it works. So far, no reaction. This is gonna be depressing if it didn't work, but it did. You can see here, once we connect this to the charger, it sprung back to life. And we'll shut this down for now and complete the reassembly. Lots of things to correct here. Go back in. Maybe some tightening of other screws and components. So you have a normal looking smartphone on the outside. You can see there, that's the outside screen, and you also get a mini tablet when you unfold it, which is quite amazing. So this is gonna be like a smartphone tablet combo. When you plug it in, it's gonna show you the charging status, and it's gonna turn. You can turn it on. There you go. Google logo. When you unfold it, you can also see the same Google logo for the boot sequence. And here we go. We are in the home screen. That is a relief. So you can see that it's amazing just to have this like a tablet form factor on a foldable. It's a new technology. You can break it if you fold it many times. But I still want one. So if I can get one someday, I'll get one. And look at this. Cameras, buttons, touchscreens on both screens are all good. David is already hungry and tired. It's late in the day. We have to wrap it up, and if you have a Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold that needs a new screen, needs a new battery, you know who to call. We do it here also in the shop. So if you want a professional help, David will perform a screen replacement for your Pixel 9 Pro Fold like a pro that he is. So this is a job well done. Thank you, David, for the late in the day repair. We'll give it back to the client. He will close this up and give this Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold another lease of life. You can still use this for a year or two, or up until the display is still intact. Hopefully, no more damages. This is a pricey repair, so we hope for the best for our clients. And we'll close this phone now. The other side, of course, just the back cover, and it looks like nothing happened. Well done, David. You fixed it like a pro. But he is a pro, so he fixed it as a pro technician. Thanks for joining, guys. Like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any suggestions or reactions to this repair. And we'll see you again next time. This is the before and after. Cheers!
If you want your smartphone fixed for a very reasonable price, you may contact Sydney CBD Repair Centre. We also provide mail-in repair services for customers outside of Australia or Sydney. Just message us so we can arrange the shipping of your device.